Welcome back to Idiosyncrasy. Our intro question: if you were to get hit by any car and die, what car would it be and why? See what I did there? The rhyme.
I see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Die
nice.
and
You have to
why.
explain
Oh, yeah.
why. All right, well, let's go to the intro.
All right. The car I would get hit by and die is actually a truck. Yeah.
What kind of truck?
It's a 2025 Ram 2500.
Okay.
We're going down to the
Sounds a little
specifics.
random. Why
Oh,
did
yeah.
you pick that one?
You know what color I'm doing?
Purple.
Blue?
Blue?
Actually, gray. Kind of like a
Okay.
mix of like gray and brown. Like
Is that-
tan, kind of.
Yeah.
Like more on the gray side of tan.
Is that just your dream car that you would want to
It's
get?
not my dream car. It's
Oh.
just the car I want to get hit by.
Why?
Why?
Well, the front side of the car is like a square, so it would just
Smash your whole body?
smash you just so fast.
Okay.
Just
Wow.
like
Makes
get
sense.
flattened. It'd be,
It'd be quick.
especially if I'm flattened, just a square would hit every part.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. Plus, it's like pretty high up in the air, so it'd hit my head too.
Oh yeah. So you wouldn't just like be
Yeah.
mangled.
Is this
laying on
like
the
an
ground?
immediate death or a long, slow, painful?
No,
I think it's an immediate
think
because
you'd get
he's going
smashed.
60
Oh, 60. Okay.
in a 45.
In a oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
I buy a speeder too.
So
You know, I think I
it's
would.
actually a Laramie too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that
The
part.
fancy ones.
I think
And
if
it's got a black stripe down the middle.
that's cool. Do you want to hear what I would get hit
Yeah.
by?
That's
Go
here,
ahead,
Cade.
Cade.
So I think I would get hit by a 1998 brown Honda Civic.
Oh, really? Why a
Wow.
Honda Civic?
Yeah.
Why that, Cade?
Well, I feel like it would just look the coolest because it would just like hit my legs. It would give out, and then I'd be run over.
The car would give out or your legs?
Both.
How
Okay.
big on a scale of 1 to 10 is this car?
Oh, it's pretty small. It's like
Like a sedan, small,
yeah.
or coupe, small.
It's just it's kind of a small car.
Okay.
Well,
How about you, Lane?
I think I don't want anything too fancy because I'd ruin the car. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you don't want to ruin a car. I mean,
Yeah.
Good point.
so I'm thinking like a 2019 Ford Mustang.
Ooh,
what? That's
Ooh,
pretty
That's a
fancy.
nice car.
I mean, it's fancy, but it's not like a Bugatti or a
Oh,
Ferrari
okay.
or
Oh,
something.
okay.
I see.
We go out in
But-
a blaze of glory, but not too big.
It
of a
needs
blaze
to
of
be
glory.
that dark green color that's almost black, but when the sun
Oh.
shines on it, it's
That is
green.
my favorite
Okay.
car color
It's awesome.
of all
Mhm.
time.
Why would you choose that car?
Just because it's a cool car, you know, and it's
Oh,
low to the
yeah.
ground. So if it does run over top of me, I don't stand a chance to survive. So
Yeah.
You just get dragged along.
yeah, my head would just get dragged on the concrete. So
Yeah.
60 miles an hour
And a 45.
in a 45.
So you're just taking a nice stroll on the road.
You see this slick green black Mustang coming right at you, and then
The last thing you
You're kind of
see.
running like it's kind of like sun's going down, so you're running towards the sun, so you can't really see very well. And it will bammy.
yeah,
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Next
then
thing
you're in
you
heaven.
know,
Okay.
you don't know.
yeah.
So, well, for me, I was thinking a little bit different. I thought it would be really cool to get killed by a little Matchbox car. And before I know I'm going to die, so I might as well think, well, it'd be pretty cool to see how fast you could launch a Matchbox
Oh,
car.
yeah.
and
Talking like Ant-Man stuff here.
projectile.
Like the speed of light.
Yeah, just see how fast you could launch a Matchbox car. Because if I know I'm going to die anyway.
You know, that'd
Might
be
as well.
cool to die to a supersonic Hot Wheel.
Supersonics, Hot Wheel or Matchbox car.
What kind of Matchbox car? Like, we need to make a model here.
Ooh. Okay, we have this really cool one. I don't know if it's Hot Wheels or Matchbox, but it is called the Wheelie Chair, and it is a little wheelchair with wheels on it. That's probably my favorite one.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are probably wondering why we didn't have a episode out last week. I know I was kind of sad, but you guys want to explain what happened?
Yeah. So what happened was we were all lazy and we didn't want to record an episode.
Well, okay, that's not exactly what happened.
What actually happened is that we had a conference down in Texas over a weekend, and so we didn't have time to record. So
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was actually the first time I have ever been to Texas,
Really?
which is strange. I've been all over the place. I've been to Canada, but
Wow.
I've been to Hawaii even too, but I've never been
Wow.
to Texas.
I've been to Texas before, but I've never been out of the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think about Texas?
it was just like they said. Everything was way bigger and fancier. So
Yeah.
many storage facilities everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
And
everywhere.
of course, I had to try In-N-Out Burger for the
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
goodness.
first time.
So good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how cheap the prices were, too. Slash R.
Oh, yeah, maybe you should give a little context about this In-N-Out run.
Oh, okay. Well, it's about, I don't know, 12 at night. Well, 12 in the morning. It's like midnight, mid-morning, whichever you want.
Mhm.
And we arrived about, I don't know, 11:55. And it was actually pretty busy. And
Yeah.
There must have been like a baseball game going on that just got over or
yeah,
something.
probably.
Yeah.
I think it was a Rangers game, spring
Yeah.
training or something. I don't know. But anyway, we were down there and we ordered our food and it was only like $20 for 2 meals, both
Yeah.
with shakes, which is pretty good deal.
Yeah.
But then we sat outside and looked at pictures of Adam. Actually, Adam, do you want to share what those pictures were?
I don't think the world needs to know about this.
Oh, they need to know. Okay.
Oh
these-
wait, we
okay.
can save that for a later segment.
no, we can talk about
we
it
gotta
now.
do it right now.
So for
We gotta-
those of you who don't know, Adam has this weird tendency of sleeping with his eyes open.
Only when I'm sleeping in an awkward position.
Yeah.
not
not
normally.
really. No, I've seen him do it in his
So
bed.
I was next to him while this happened.
Whoa.
We were driving to like an afternoon just to go to the church where the conference was at. And on the car drive there, Adam was a little tired. So he started to fall asleep. And what he did was, imagine you're seat belted in a seat and like the arm rails are up. And just imagine leaning as far forward and to the right as you can. He was doing that and he was just asleep, laying there. And then eventually at one point randomly, he just like woke up, but he was still asleep. And then he just laid back against the chair. And then so I put the arm rail down so he wouldn't fall over. And then what he did was, imagine you put your chest forward as much as you can, and then you lean your head back. So you like stretch your head back all the way and your mouth is wide open and your eyes are open. That's how Adam was sleeping. It's quite the sight.
It's creepy. His eyes are wide open, but he can't see anything, and he's asleep.
yeah.
Very good thing this isn't a video podcast. Otherwise, I would never
Well,
hear the end of it.
Wait. Oh, but so at In-N-Out, it was kind of fun because me and Adam had to dress up for a ceremony. So we're both in like full suits and ties, just eating at In-N-Out at 12:30.
Yeah.
The weather was perfect too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
It
quite
was
nice.
a little bit on the colder side. But
Classic
I mean,
Texas
that
weather.
could just be me.
It felt great in a suit though.
Yeah, it's like you wonder how in the world did I get dressed in a suit in an In-N-Out burger in the middle of Texas at 11:30 at night, and we were like
It was 12:30.
12:30 at night.
Yeah.
What brought me to this place? But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good time.
It was a good time.
And good food.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
great food.
And that's basically why we did not have an episode last week.
Yep.
There's a little
Yep.
more that went on in there, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Like brutal injuries.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the standard brutal hip injury.
He scratched his hip.
It wasn't
It's
brutal at all.
alright.
He scratched his.
Yeah.
Like I said, brutal.
And there was also the rise and the fall of the baby carrots.
That's
baby
true.
Carrots.
You want to talk about the baby carrots real quick?
Do we?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah, but they actually kind of, because like the baby carrots rose again after they fell. It's a great story.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, Adam.
Well, so this conference, we had Bible quizzing, volleyball, and games. And those were basically the three main things that we competed in. And our volleyball team was named the Baby Carrots.
Oh, yeah.
And if you know anything about the Baby Carrots, you know that we have no height on our team. But what we do have is teamwork. So we made it all the way to 4th in the volleyball tournament.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Was. And we even got a
Honorable
mention ball for our
Yeah.
teamwork.
We got a
Yeah.
free ball, signed it and everything.
Yeah.
Professional ball too, right? It was professional ball.
Yeah, it was a game ball.
Yeah.
that we
One. It wasn't the
Lost
winning
it.
game ball, but it was.
Yeah.
It's like the third place winning ball or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from that moment on, the baby carrots ascended into a
Dynasty.
dynasty of eternity. They'll never die. Also, the reason I wasn't able to make it for the volleyball, in
Yeah.
case you're wondering why they were short.
Yeah, Cade was also in Missouri playing basketball.
Yeah, I was.
But
Do you want to tell us about that? It's
Sure.
okay if you don't.
It was just lots of basketball. Played lots of games. But there is something fun, kind of funny, I want to tell you about. So on It was just midway through the week. We had about 2 hours to kill in between or before our game. So our
Mhm.
coach took us to like the Bass Pro Shops. It's like the original one in Missouri, Springfield.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
And so we're there, and we have 2 hours to kill at Bass Pro Shops. So what would you do?
Ooh, I'd definitely have to play hide and seek. That would be so awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is that allowed?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's a
it's-
gray
it's
area.
allowed.
I did not play hide and seek. I do have some teammates who did. But what I did was me and like 2 or 3 friends, we just took the most epic photo shoot for 2 hours straight, going around Bass Pro Shops. We got like 50 photos.
Wow.
They're really cool.
6 photos
Yeah.
each or like total?
Total.
Okay.
If you ever see me in person, I might show you a few.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. But they're
Okay.
cool photos.
I bet.
yeah.
Yeah.
And where did you just get back from, Colton, so we could record this at 8:30
Yeah, I just
at
got
night?
back from Kansas City.
So we've been
Yeah. Wow.
traveling all over the place. What were you doing up in Kansas City?
My brother, he had a soccer tournament up there. Just went up there to hang out with some friends and stuff like that. Had a
Mm.
fantasy baseball draft actually, and that went pretty well.
A live one? Like, you hung out with all your friends
Yeah,
and did
we
it?
were- well,
up in
like 6 of
Kansas
us
City?
were there out of like 10 people.
Wow.
Nice.
But it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
We would hijack each other's picks sometimes.
Do you like steal each other's phones?
Like, no, but like last year, we had like MLB highlights playing
Yeah.
while we were drafting, and so while one of them was like grabbing popcorn or something and watching TV, we would go over to his computer, scroll all the way down, and just draft somebody random.
It's kind of mean.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not mean. It probably didn't make a difference.
Yeah. How many players are on a team?
You have one catcher, a first baseman, second baseman, a shortstop, third baseman, first base slash third base, second base slash shortstop,
Okay.
4 outfielders, a utility player, which is like any of those positions just mentioned. And then you have like 6 pitcher slots.
Wow.
That's the
So they're
starting
big
pitchers,
teams.
relief pitchers. Yeah, they're pretty big.
You have like 20, 25 people total?
Yeah, close to that.
Yeah,
And
we-
then you have a bunch of bench, like 5 or 6
Yeah.
bench people. So
I personally have never understood fantasy baseball, but
It's
that's
a-
another story for another time.
it's a little bit more complicated than fantasy football because you got to check your team every single day.
Not
Yeah,
worth it.
because the
Ooh.
Yeah.
games go throughout the week and
Or you
not
can
just,
just,
on
like,
Sundays and
take-
Thursdays.
Yeah, or you can just like take 10 minutes on one day to just set up your whole team for the like next week.
Yeah.
That's hoping nobody gets injured or something like that.
Huh.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So to start off my topic, I want to play a little game with Colton, okay?
Uh,
Are you ready, Colton?
I'm ready.
Do we know the rules to this game? Or does he know?
It'll make sense. It'll be
Okay.
quick. So we're going to play whoever's awkward first loses. Ready, set, go. Ah, you lost.
What? How was that awkward?
Okay. That's kind
Maybe
of
you were awkward.
I know.
first.
It was the
I was
point.
just sitting here.
The point of the game was because
staring
it's
into the abyss.
Because
an
it's an
awkward
awkward
game
silence?
to see what's
Oh.
awkward.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my topic is what is the most awkward experiences you've ever had?
Ooh.
I can start us off. So, in general, for me, I don't know quite what it is, but just ordering food is always really awkward.
Like at restaurants?
At restaurants, fast food, or dine in. It's normally
Oh.
always, I've gotten better, but it's normally quite awkward. It's like you just always mess up your words and don't say what's
Yeah.
right. But there's this one experience that was like one of the most awkward I've ever had. So I would have been 12 years old, and this was during COVID. So I was at an airport eating lunch with my dad, and what it was during COVID, they didn't have menus, so they just had a QR code you had to scan with your phone.
Oh.
But this is before I had a phone, so my dad scanned the code, and we looked at the menu, decided what we're going to order, and then he went to the bathroom, and he told me to order if the lady came.
Ooh.
And so the lady came, and so I don't have a menu here, and I'm 12, so I was thinking I'm just gonna play confident, do the best I can. So I asked her for it was a chicken quesadilla. That's what I asked her for, and she told me we don't have that. And so I was just sitting there, and what do you do when you don't have a menu and they tell you they don't have what you wanted? And so I just I tried to play confident. So what I did was the only logical thing was to question the waiter's knowledge of the menu. So I asked her, "Are you sure about that? I'm pretty sure I saw it on the menu."
What?
Oh, that's a What'd you say to that?
And then this is where it really went awkward. She kind of just like looked at me for 5 seconds, just said nothing in silence. And then finally I said, what do you have then? And she's like, we have this, what threw me off was, you know how restaurants just have weird names for food?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
probably like a Southern quesadilla is what they had. And so she's like, we have this other quesadilla. Would you like that? I was like, yes, I'll take that. And then she just left, and that was
Did you pay?
my dad paid,
Yeah.
when he came back. But that would be one of my most awkward experiences.
That was a great experience.
How about you guys?
So one of my most awkward experiences would probably be one time when I was at a wedding. This was like a wedding in South Dakota, so it was in the summer and it was 105 degrees outside.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
And I was there with my aunt and some of my cousins because my mom and my brother and some other people were at a camp. And so it was also a strange group of people. But anyway, we did the wedding ceremony itself outside in the heat, and it was horrible. I mean, 105. Everybody was wearing suits and ties. Everybody was sweating.
Was it in the
like
middle
crazy.
of the day, too?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah, I don't know why people do that.
afternoon, like midday to afternoon. So then later that night, we went to the wedding reception, and we ate and everything, and then we started to get thirsty, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
where's the drinks at? We went over to the drink table, and there was nothing but beer and alcohol. Like, there was no water, no pop, nothing.
Oof.
There was just one little water fountain in the corner
Oh.
that just had a little trickle of water coming out of it. So finally, my mom's cousin had to go and get some water from Walmart for all of us, and there was a lot of people there that were underage and could not drink alcohol. So I'm not sure what was going through their minds when they decided to order beer and nothing else, but
Huh.
it was just really awkward.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just standing there waiting for your water to arrive.
How about you, Colton?
Okay, this happens not too often, but it happens like at least every week.
Okay.
I'll be working at my job,
Mm-hmm.
and
You're in the fast food.
yeah, I work at Chick-fil-A. But usually I'm taking an order, and I'll go like, oh, you're all good to go, right? And how it goes, routine, they say thank you, I say my pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Have a great day, right? It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's pretty awkward. One guy, he came up to me, and I took his order and everything and said, all right, you have a great day. And then he just, or you're all good to go or something like that. And he just didn't say anything. And so and I was standing right next to his car, and his window was down, so I kind of just awkwardly
Look
stand,
down,
yeah,
look up,
like,
look down.
stand and look the other way. And then he says, you never said my pleasure. And I'm like, okay.
Picky.
In my mind, I'm like, he never said thank you. He never said anything. But of course, I work at Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, I can't be that rude. I can't do it. So I'm like, I forgot. And he's like, judging so hard. And so he just drives away. And I'm like,
Did you ever say my pleasure to him?
nope, because he never said thank you.
Nice.
So that was pretty awkward. Or
Yeah.
when they just don't respond at all and just drive away. Or they're just sitting there. You're done taking their order, and they just sit there for 30 seconds with their window down. You're like,
Was there something
Has
else I
that
was supposed to do?
anybody ever just played music super loud while trying to order?
not really.
No.
But, that's another awkward thing. You're running out the food to people, and there's heaters, or you're
Oh,
taking
yeah.
their order, and they either say, you hand their food to them, and they either say thank you, or, because I'll say have a great day. And it's hard, because sometimes they're really quiet, so they will either say thank you or you too. And when they're
Yeah.
really quiet, it's so hard to tell. And so I kind of just whisper my pleasure, because I'm not sure whether they said thank you or you too.
Huh.
So it's
Yeah.
if they said you too and I said my pleasure, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But no.
How about you, Adam? I know you may be the king of awkward experiences.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the king of my. But for me, it's I'm so awkward that I don't even recognize it most
Yeah.
of the time. And so, yeah, I'm having trouble thinking of a time. I'm sure if you've met me, you're like, that was the most awkward person I've ever met. But yeah, it's really pretty hard to pinpoint a.
You know what I like to do for fun? Sometimes to annoy my little sister when we're in a public setting, I'll just try to be the most awkward I possibly can. So what I'll do is I'll maybe just go stand in a corner and just stare at the ceiling for no reason. Or just do something like that. There's also another experience I had that was quite awkward. I was in a class with only homeschoolers. We're taking biology, and there is this stereotype that homeschoolers are awkward, and I'd say there
No.
might
Where would
be a
they get
reason.
that from?
And I'd say there's stereotypes for a reason normally. So
Yeah.
it might be true. It is true. But there was like 12 kids in the class, and so the teacher had to go off and like talk to one kid about they like just had missed a few weeks, and so like trying to schedule how they could take tests and stuff and catch back up. But like that was the most awkward like 3 or 4 minutes ever because nobody said anything. And they all literally just like stared at the pencil they were holding in their hand the whole time. And then if anybody made any noise, everybody would just like awkwardly giggle at them. So that was one of the most awkward times too.
Yeah.
Homeschoolers, man.
Yeah, gotta love them.
You wouldn't have any awkward stories without them.
I don't. This has never happened to me, but I know it because this happened to like I've seen it happen to other people.
Okay.
Say you're at a symphony or even at church.
Yeah.
Yeah, phone's on silent.
Oh yeah.
We got that one person who's got their ringtone on blare, blaring out loud, and it's terrible. Or
Well, it's not really fair because like everybody that goes to the symphony, besides me, is like in their 60s, so they don't know how to use their phones as
I'm
well.
so scared to be that guy. Like I go to church and I'm like, please don't go off, please don't go off.
You know, I don't bring my phone into church, so
Yeah. Smart. Because
Yeah.
then you don't have that weight on your shoulders.
yeah, I just feel free when I walk in the doors.
Or,
I just don't think about it.
Yeah. Well, your phone's
Yeah.
probably always on silent.
It is. Yeah.
for example, I was at my grandparents' house one time, and a bunch of
Yeah.
my cousins were there. And we were all in the basement having a sleepover. And it was like, they're not homeschooled, they're public schooled.
Okay.
So they have alarms for like, I don't know, who knows how early.
Like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, something like that. And so we're all sleeping down there, and we're all asleep. And 2:30 in the morning, you hear an alarm go off, and it's going off for like 1 minute. I'm like, okay, somebody's bound to get up and shut it off. It goes on for like a couple more minutes, and I'm like, okay, this is starting to drive me crazy.
Yeah.
I need my sleep.
Was
And
it
then-
just like a generic alarm?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's like,
Was it beeping or?
no, it wasn't beeping. It was like a music song,
Oh.
but it wasn't
It's
like,
like
Spotify. It was
generic
like
music.
generic music, yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, it hits like 8 minutes of going, and I'm like, I can't take it anymore. So I have to get out of my bed because I woke nobody else up.
Wow.
Like, I'm so surprised by that. I had to get out. Well, I had to get off the couch, and I had to hunt it down because it's pitch black. I had to hunt it down just by the noise.
How many
And
people did you trip over?
Luckily, I didn't trip over any, but I had to like unzip 3 zippers to find it. It was terrible.
Huh.
Uh.
That was a cool story. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, hey, you're welcome.
All right, so do you guys have any weird or odd jobs that you either really liked or really didn't like?
I got one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so my grandparents, they have a acre backyard, so it's pretty big,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and most of it's just like grass in an open field. But then once you get like within 10-ish feet from the fence, it's all full of like trees of like fruit and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so they would hire us,
Okay.
With
I
air
guess I can't
quotes.
say it. Yeah,
Air
hire with
quotes.
air quotes, and kind of just to give us something to do. But we would go to their backyard, and they had like blackberry bushes, apples, and all sorts of stuff. So we'd go back there, and we'd spend a solid 2 hours just picking up blackberries and apples from off the ground.
Yeah.
But gathering them in baskets to get like $2 or something.
Ooh.
It was great.
Mm.
Honestly, picking up blackberries and apples from the ground, it was so satisfying. 'Cause
Did
you're in
you-
the shade too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Did
found
you-
some raspberries. It was so satisfying. I'd do it again.
Did you get to eat any of them?
Yeah, that's the best part.
Oh, okay.
You get to eat it.
Did you eat more than you picked up?
Probably not.
Okay.
But yeah.
There is this one odd job I did for my family, or we all kind of did, but it'd be when I was 11 or 12. We were living at a house, and it had an old stump. It would be a stump that's probably 4 feet tall, and it'd probably be like 4 feet in diameter. So it's this big stump. And so it used to be this giant tree, but it got cut down because it died. So
Yeah.
there's this big stump, and we just have to remove it. And so just like slowly over, I'd say it probably took a year to 2 years for us to remove it. But slowly we just like used sledgehammers and axes and just hit at it. But then what really got it in the end was we had this we bought this lawnmower from our neighbor, and it was an old snapper. So it wasn't like the zero turn, it was like one that you drove like a car kind of.
Mhm.
And so this old mower, and it had this like hitch on the back. So what we did is we took a chain, hooked it up to this old mower. It was a very weak mower, but we
Mhm.
just like pulled, and so we tied it around the stump, and we slowly we would wedge the chain down in the stump, and piece by piece slowly pull the stump
Just
off.
pull the whole thing out.
Yeah, but that probably took a year or two for us to remove that stump.
Nice. Well, I remember one time, this wasn't actually that long ago, but our youth pastor, he was like, can I get somebody just real quick one day to go and help clean out these people's gutter that go to our church? And I'm like, okay, me and my brother can do that, Lane. And so we go over there, and we're cleaning out the gutter. It's pretty bad. And we're up on the ladder. And then all of a sudden, this neighbor comes over. And he's like, hey, I see you're cleaning out gutters. How much are you charging for that? We're like, and then so we talked to this guy. He's like, yeah, we'll do your gutter. And then the next day, or I don't think it was the next day, but a different day, we went over to clean his gutter. And then as we were cleaning his gutter, the lady from across the street walked over and she's like, hey, do you mind if you clean our gutters? Because they're really bad. I know. And I was like, well, hey, maybe we could just start a gutter cleaning business because,
Yeah.
but yeah, like, this is not what I signed up for.
Did you?
Yeah, well, you can't really say no there.
Yeah, I
'Cause you,
know. They
feel
were all
bad.
pretty old people, and like, I don't want you to get up on the roof and clean your gutters, so
Yeah.
I better do it. But it stopped at that one. We didn't have any more
Oh.
people come ask us.
If anybody wants their gutters cleaned, I know a guy.
No, I don't. It was pretty fun, but
Yeah.
wouldn't want to make a career out of it.
Yeah.
One odd job that I've done. I work at a pumpkin patch, so
Ooh.
we plant pumpkins and then water them with.
Water.
Yeah, we water them with water, but we have these little plastic tubes that run out through the fields, and
Okay.
so they can't stay there. So at the end of the pumpkin patch season, we have to remove them, and so
Yeah.
I spend hours and hours and hours pulling little plastic hoses out of a giant 80-acre field, and it gets old after a while.
Do you get blisters from it?
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you wear gloves, or you just
I should wear
Do it.
gloves, but I don't. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, do they start to? Because those hoses are pretty old, so they probably
Yeah,
start to get.
They brittle up and they snap in the middle, and then you got to walk to the middle of the field.
Oh yeah.
They get caught up in the pumpkin vines. It's annoying.
My God, I wouldn't consider this a job, but kind of more of like a volunteer thing. I was with some friends in Kansas City, like a long time ago, like 5 or more years ago, and we went to this building. You know, like the vote yes or vote no signs for whatever law or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for like
We were volunteering to build those signs. So we'd have like the metal poles, and we'd put the cardboard on top of the metal poles, and we just did
Okay.
that for hours.
Were you
So-
voting no or yes?
I can't even remember what it was for. I just know I showed up with friends.
Huh.
But yeah, less of a job, more of a volunteer thing. But
Mhm.
got to spend some time with some friends building vote yes and vote no signs for I can't remember.
Well,
But yep, that's pretty. I mean, not a job once again, but it's a pretty odd thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one thing we do, and you probably know this, but we butcher all of our own meat. So
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people who are hunters do that, but we have cows and we butcher our cows ourselves. We have chickens, we butcher our own chickens. And I know you're thinking this might be a little, what would you call that? Dark for the podcast, but it's actually pretty fun. It's think of it as an anatomy lesson.
Yeah.
So
It's really big
a
dissections.
lot of dissections, and you learn the cuts of beef. So
Yeah.
We're still working on that part, but
well, yeah. I mean, most of it is just labeled
Ground.
ish. We put an ish at the end of
Oh.
it just in case we're wrong. So like
sirloin-ish steak.
sirloin-ish steak, rump-ish roast. It's
Yeah.
somewhere around there, but
Huh.
yeah.
So today, I was at a meeting at my church, or at a church meeting today, and then after that, on my car drive home, there was this guy on the side of the road. He was holding a sign, and so he was a Quick Trip employee. So he's wearing the red shirt, black pants, and he
Yeah.
had this arrow. I was like, oh, he's trying to sell me a car wash or something. And I drove by, and it said free car wash.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
at Quick Trip, and it said free car wash today.
A
And
Quick Trip.
Yeah, there's like
There's
besides
a car wash right next to
yeah,
Quick Trip.
so
yeah.
it's Tommy's Car Wash, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been, but I drove by and I was so close to turning in, and I regret so much not taking my free car wash.
Mm.
Huh. So
Yeah.
you didn't have to sign up or anything?
No, it just said free car wash.
Yeah.
I think it's the ones where you wash your own car,
Oh.
but you use their they have the power washers and all
Yeah.
the soap. I think I've never actually been to that one,
Hmm.
but it was for free, and I just regret not doing it.
Yeah. I
Oh.
never wash my car because, well, I don't want to pay for washing my car. But also, it looks good with all the dirt on it.
Well, you live on a dirt road too, so it gets
Yeah.
dirty.
So it
quick.
would just be
I remem-
pointless to wash it unless I had a subscription, which would be
Yeah.
way too expensive.
I remember
for me.
last time you washed it, I didn't even recognize it was yours. I was like, who's that pulling up? Isn't
Yeah.
that a nice shiny car?
It does. It looked like a totally different car.
There
I
are
I was-
like in the winter, the salt can be bad for like the frame of the car. I hear. So if you like any
it
salt,
can cause rust. If
but
it-
that's probably more so in like Colorado where it's a bigger
Yeah.
issue.
Mhm. Although they salt the roads in Kansas whenever there's like a light freeze or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of salt sometime.
Pretty sure if I were to wash my car, it would fall to pieces. My sister, my sister rolled it like when it was her car before it was mine, and so
Yeah.
she rolled it one time, and
Well, to be fair, she didn't roll it. The car broke, and that's
Yeah.
what caused her to roll it.
it did have a suspension issue, and that's why it rolled. But yeah, it's not the most reliable vehicle. It kind of just will die sometimes. And
Yeah.
so- and also, it's a manual transmission, and whenever you downshift, sometimes recently it's been doing this a lot. But whenever I downshift, it'll just like stall out, and then when I push the gas pedal, it doesn't do anything. So I have to shut the car off and turn it back on to get it to work. And then
Oh, that's
Mm.
nice.
it's getting to the point where it can't be trusted to go into town.
Well, you know, there is something fun about knowing if you or not knowing if you're gonna make it to where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, so my car, it is an old Crown Victoria police car.
It's 2010.
Well,
I'm older than it.
That's 10 years older than my car.
that's true. It's a fairly new police
There's
car.
no way that's 10
But
years
anyway,
old.
Mine's a 2000.
It's 10 years newer than your car.
Oh yeah,
That's-
10 years new.
that's-
Mine's a
that's-
2020.
That's 19 years newer than my car.
Wow.
But anyway, when they tore out all the police stuff, because you can't sell the police equipment to regular people. So
Yeah.
when they tore out all the police stuff, they also ruined a bunch of the electrical. And so now my gas gauge hardly ever works.
Oh, okay.
Every once in a while it'll turn on, but you never know if it's lying or not. So now I have to count how many miles I drive, and it is so annoying. Most
Oh.
of the time I just either run out of gas or just guess. And
Can you use like a set a trip every time you gas up?
Well, no, because the trips meter doesn't work either.
Oh.
It's on the same thing as the gas
Okay.
meter. So
Speaking of driving, I was driving the other day and I wondered if I closed my eyes right now, how long I could stay on the road.
ooh,
Because I feel like I could. It's like the straight road. It probably goes on for miles, just straight. I wonder if I just close my eyes, because I feel like I could go for at least like 15 seconds on the road.
Do you
Wow.
realize that's a horrible idea, Kate?
I've never tried it.
don't try this at home, folks. Kate is a trained professional at driving with his eyes closed.
I probably will never try it.
Yeah.
But
You shouldn't.
But actually, Lane's car, and I hate to admit this, but I have let go of the steering wheel one time, and I literally, my hands were right there, but I just
Okay.
let go to see how well it handled. It went just perfectly straight for as long as I held it. It was probably only like 5 seconds, but it didn't
Oh, yeah.
do anything.
It does go perfectly straight when your tires are pointed straight, but the steering wheel is like tilted
Yeah.
left when it's straight, so it's
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
of line.
my steering wheel's out of line too. It's probably pointed at 1 or 2 o'clock just to go
Yeah.
straight.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't think I can handle that every day.
Yeah, so sometimes I do like a little swerve where I straighten it, then go back, and straighten it, and go back. But
You ever had a breakdown, Colton?
Not a huge breakdown, but I was driving home from work one day, and I was like about halfway there, and I just had like 2 more turns left, and my serpentine cord actually broke, and so my power steering went out,
ooh,
and so I entered that last turn, because I felt it. I was like, something's wrong here. This steering wheel doesn't feel right. And so I'm like, I'm kind of scared for this turn. And so I turn, and I like,
Just to,
just barely make it. I'm like in the other lane, and I have to like power my way to the other lane to get straight.
huh.
And all the meantime, there's a car behind me, and they're turning too, and they're probably thinking I'm insane. But I'm like, oh no, I still got to make another turn to get into my driveway. And so I'm like, and I still way down to like waste though, because I'm like, I'm not gonna make it if I don't go waste though. I powered again. But I wouldn't call it a breakdown because I wasn't stranded on the road or anything. But I barely made it, just barely.
Did your pickup overheat before you got home?
It did not.
Didn't.
No, because I was
Wow.
like 4 minutes away, so I was like close.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was risky. I was like, something ain't right here. So we had to go get another serpentine cord, put it in. Pretty tricky, but not too hard. Oh, one time I was driving home from cross country practice, and we went over a railroad track. First time getting a flat tire, and so I had to pull off into an exit off the highway. So it was actually pretty risky.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
luckily, someone came to my rescue.
Oh,
Wonder who that was.
Yeah. Me and my dad were there, so we're like, because my dad is the cross country coach. If you didn't know
Yeah.
that, pretty good. But we were right behind him, so we're like, yeah, pop in,
Yeah.
help him
Yeah.
fix the tire.
Might as well help hthem.
The worst part too was it was my grandparents' car.
It was a
Ooh.
minivan, right?
Yeah, it was a minivan. So that was pretty.
I'm
Yeah.
more of a spare tire fan than a donut fan. I never trust those donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that,
I like
I think that's
donuts.
all.
Donuts are pretty good.
I had 5
yeah.
the other day in
Yeah,
1
I
hour.
saw that.
Yeah. Don't tell us track coach.
Yeah.
I think he knows already.
He was there.
He was there.
Yeah.
Well, not the head coach, but the assistant coach.
Yeah. Well, the track coach bought you the donuts.
That's true.
True.
A chocolate or the cream filled, or chocolate or the glazed one's better.
Wait a minute.
I like chocolate better
They
than
were-
glaze, personally.
The chocolate added more flavor to it. The glaze seemed a little bit lacking flavor.
I prefer glaze normally, but these were cold donuts, so the glaze like kind of melted and so it
Yeah.
like fell apart. So the chocolate was better when they
Yeah.
were cold.
Mhm.
All right, the next topic we have is legendary snacks you had as a kid that you
Ooh.
miss, or you still have it and you're just craving. Me personally, the Go-Go Squeeze applesauce.
Ooh, those
Oh,
are one of my
yeah.
favorites.
Oh.
It's been so long since I've had that, and my mom recently bought them, and I was like, where have these been for the last 10 years?
I actually think we had some of those. Like, we were doing a play for our co-op, and our teacher gave us some of those one day when we were, like, after we'd finished our extra practice. She
Oh,
gave us
yeah.
some of those Go-Go Squeeze applesauces. They were good.
They
Yeah.
are
You
good.
like
Those
applesauce?
Yeah.
Go-Go Squeeze.
Oh,
yeah.
the texture is just.
Yeah,
Um,
but Go-Go Squeeze makes up for it.
Eat
My
an
mom's homemade applesauce
Okay.
is better than Go-Go
Do you prefer
Squeeze.
cinnamon or not? No cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've had.
I like
Go-Go
the
Squeeze.
flavor of cinnamon applesauce, but if it was addiction, if
was
but,
an
but the texture of applesauce is just, I can't do it.
Oh yeah.
I can't do the texture of melted cheese.
Melted cheese?
Melted cheese can't
It's
do
like
it.
you don't do a grilled cheese sandwich.
So you don't like
oh,
doing
can't
in,
do it.
in,
Quesadillas, grilled cheese,
in and out?
in and out. On burgers, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
There's
so, you can,
exceptions.
so you can have melted cheese. How about on pizza?
And I can do pizza.
So
I mean, I like pizza, but I'd much prefer have like a burger or chili or something.
with melted cheese.
Yeah,
Can you put cheese on your chili?
I don't like it now.
Oh.
But or like what's another thing? Lasagna. I like have to scoop under the cheese and get all the meat.
Oh, I can't do the cheese on lasagna either. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah, the filling or the topping?
Whatever
topping.
the chunky cheese is.
The ricotta.
I don't know what it is, but I'm a
Yeah.
real texture guy, and that is not the right texture.
Yeah.
Mm.
I would say a snack I had when I was younger. I've had them recently, and they haven't been quite the same. But I would have been 7, and so I was in a 11-passenger van, and we're going to Colorado.
'Kay.
And they had these, the Green Nature Valley granola bars, like the one that comes in a 2-pack with
Oh.
the crispy thin ones.
With the oats and honey?
Yeah.
I still eat those almost every day.
Yeah. So I had one of those and like I was blown away. I was in the back seat, like probably with my little sister, and I was just sitting back there and I had like one of those and I was blown away by how good they were.
Those are the best.
Yeah. I've had them since and they're still good, but I don't know. It was just amazing back then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd say this is my second one that I really miss. Everybody probably misses these down deep baby puffs.
Baby puffs?
Never had them.
Never had it.
They
Never even heard of it.
baby puffs? No, they're
Aren't they like the
they come in like the Pringle shaped cans,
They're
or
like
not the Pringle shaped, but they're like
baby Cheerios?
something. Yeah, but like baby
Yeah, I
puffs.
never had 'em.
Oh my goodness, I would eat them straight out of the can right now.
Huh.
I mean, they're probably meant for babies. It's in the name, but
Yeah.
call me a baby. I'm eating baby puffs.
Well, you kind of are.
Look them up, kids. They're good.
I remember as a kid being so angry and jealous because everybody else would buy like all the name brand fruit snacks and Goldfish, and we'd
yeah.
get the off-brand cheese snack
Turtles.
crackers or
Yeah.
whatever. And
But Walmart's Smiles, they're just called the Smiles, but like they're off-brand fruit snacks. They're just the smiley faces.
Hmm.
Those are good.
I like Aldi's fruit snacks pretty good too.
Oh yeah.
Like the cheddar whales instead of goldfish.
Oh yeah.
The cheddar turtles. Oh, not very good.
We would always have sandwiches, and everybody else would have Lunchables. Now looking back on it, homemade sandwiches are way better than
No.
Lunchables.
Yeah.
But I would
Yeah.
always just think everybody else had it way better than me.
I don't think I've ever had a Lunchable.
I haven't either.
I don't plan on it either.
I really would just get it for the Capri Sun and the candy.
But then you could just buy a 10-pack of Capri Sun.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Lane? Do you have any snacks you miss as a kid?
Not really, because most of the snacks I ate as a kid, I still eat now.
I'd say though my favorite. So we were going to, I think it was Hawaii,
Yeah.
and planes are known for their good snacks, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe.
I do not remember what kind of pretzels they were. They were the best pretzels I have ever had,
Really.
but there's no
Wow.
way I would know.
Huh.
I think it was a yellow package maybe, but I don't
Oh, yeah. Have you ever had cranberry juice on a plane?
Oh, yeah.
It's something about the altitude. Something
well,
about the
altitude-
altitude makes
it
it
actually
exquisite, pristine.
makes your senses like less sensitive, so everything's more bland. So that's why like salty snacks and people
Yeah.
drink like tomato
But-
juice on planes
But cranberry juice,
because it affects
to
your taste
die
buds.
for. Well, actually, not to die for, but it's good.
Yeah. So I need you all to close your eyes again.
Okay, they're
Okay.
closed. If you're driving, keep them open, but
Well,
eyes
yeah.
are closed.
Unless you want to see how far you could go. I do not recommend that. Okay. You are the embodiment of the color blue.
Blue?
Come on, man.
Say it, Lane. Say your thing.
Do the thing, Lane.
Do that thing you always do.
Blue?
Oh, that was
Okay.
great.
Yeah, that's good. So back to the question. You are the in the embodiment of the color blue. Why?
What?
Yeah, think of that.
I don't even know what that means.
Why are you the embodiment of the color blue?
I don't know
Like, how
to-
did you get there?
Okay,
Why?
well,
Colton,
for me,
go
I'd
ahead.
have to say I was actually auditioning for a commercial,
Okay.
and it's actually one of those like healthy food commercials. And so they have like the strawberry and the raspberry and the blackberry,
Uh-huh.
and then they needed blueberry, and so I'm auditioning for the blueberry. So I'm in this huge blueberry suit. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I ended up as the embodiment of the color blue, blueberry suit,
Good answer.
like face paint blue, dyed blue
Wow.
hair, like
Kind of like from Willy Wonka.
yeah,
So it won't
Violet.
pop.
yeah.
Hmm.
So that's how I got to be the embodiment of the color blue, auditioning for a healthy fruit commercial.
Vitamins or just fruit?
There's those like little gummy
Vitamin
vitamins.
gummies.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
texture on those are horrible.
I think everybody knows why I would be the embodiment of the color blue.
Please
My-
elaborate.
My saying of the word blue has gone viral.
Absolutely viral.
Air quotes, viral.
You know, I have a few friends who've actually
But,
turned it into their text tone. So every time they get a text message, they'll just hear blue.
It's annoying. It went off in our class the other day, and
Somebody had it.
that was awkward.
He's
That was an
famous.
awkward moment. We were like doing a debate. We were in the middle of it, and
Ooh.
it just went on.
Another one of those times when
Blue?
the cell phone rings and it's not supposed
You
to.
know, how about you, Adam? Why are you the embodiment of the color blue?
Because I'm just a really sad person. If you've known, no.
Yeah, Inside Out.
I just walk around.
Sadness is blue.
Sadness
from
is.
Inside Out.
Oh, was there a reason that sadness was blue?
Is there?
Is there?
Is there?
Probably just a coincidence. Yeah.
I'd say actually I bet there is. It's probably because to do with like the warmth of the color. Because
Yeah.
there's like a natural association when someone's angry, their face turns red.
Yeah.
Everything like seems hot, and we associate red because it's like the color of fire with heat. So blue is more associated with cold because it's a colder color, opposite side of the color
Green,
spectrum.
broccoli, obviously.
Yeah,
and then
obviously.
Fear. I don't know what that.
You know, that
was
would be a
about.
fun thing we could talk about later. Is
Was
how
fear
like,
yellow?
No, fear
No,
was
fear was
purple.
purple.
Fear was purple.
how the English language like constructs how we think of colors.
Yeah.
Because like, why are our colors our colors? Why isn't our blue just a different color? because it's all just on a spectrum. So why did we choose where we did?
Yeah, I'm sad and I'm on the spectrum, and that's why I'm blue.
What about you, kid? Why are you the embodiment of the color blue?
Well, I was thinking about this question. I thought about I could go down like a supervillain route where I got like stuck in a blue radioactive tank or something and turn blue. But it'd probably be, I don't know, it's a hard question.
Yeah.
I didn't really think about an answer. But if I was the embodiment of the color blue, it would have to be like everybody in the world would have to like deem me worthy to be blue. So like they would choose me to be blue, and then somehow I would just like my mind would kind of just like melt into like blueness.
You think in color?
Yeah, so I turn into like a walking color,
Yeah.
and then I become like the form of blue.
What would the form of blue look like?
It's, well, everything else that is blue just reflects the form of blue in some way,
Oh.
would be the idea. So somehow I'd become that by everybody choosing me to be that.
With the yes or no
That
signs
sounds
that
kind
I
of
built.
circular.
And I'd just be over in the corner crying.
Yeah, and Colton be there in his blueberry suit. Blue?
Well, that's got to be a movie. We got to make a movie about that.
We could call it Blue.
Blue.
Stop.
Blue,
Can't
the
take it
action
anymore.
picture.
Yeah. Coming in theaters a couple months after we all die. Get hit by a car.
We could.
All right. Well, you guys probably noticed that we don't have a poll. So our poll for this episode: who out of us four, not the audience, just us four, that me, Adam, Layden, and Cade, is the most awkward?
Oh, I got this one in the bag.
No. I just
We should have a reward. Whoever
you know,
wins.
we could run campaigns for this.
No, if you know me,
Dibs
I
on
mean,
this
there's
in Texas.
absolutely no competition.
Yeah. Well,
Well, okay, I say we can't vote. Us four cannot.
yeah, I
vote.
won't vote.
I'm
Yeah.
voting on the poll.
Yeah.
I say we need a reward. Whoever wins should get like a candy or something.
Yeah. Or like we could awkwardly forget what the the prize, and we're like, yay, congratulations.
Yeah.
But
Bragging rights on terrible prize.
I don't know if that's something you want to be proud of. No, it's actually really cool.
It's not
Yeah.
that bad.
Yeah,
It's
being
a
awkward's
skill.
cool. It is a
Yeah.
skill. It's a talent I've worked many years on. to
Awkward's
refine.
got talent.
Yeah.
Well, that's the wrap.
Okay.
We will.
We will-
Thanks for not watching, listening to our sixth episode.
Sixth
of
episode.
Done 6 of these by now.
Idiosyncrasy.
Synchronous.
Fun
Leave a
fact.
comment if you're not subscribed. Subscribe and comment down below. And don't
Rate
forget
us.
the
Don't
poll.
forget to rate us, because
Oh yeah.
you know.
Yeah, if just in case you have forgotten, my name is Colton. Colton.
Okay, but it'll be on the poll, so you don't need
Colton.
to spell it.
But they need to know what our names are.
Yeah.
My name is Adam, and I'm the
Did
most
your
awkward.
voice just go deeper?
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Well.
Oh, sorry, you go.
Oh, sorry.
No, I insist. You can.
No, it's fine.
fine. I'll go. So if
Wait,
you guys
I was
didn't-
gonna go.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Wait, but you already went.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Sorry.
So if you guys did not know, my name is Cade,
Hi, kid.
Hi, Cade.
and this awkwardness competition is really just quite personal to me. I've been dreaming about making that on Awkwardness Got Talent.
Really? I have not been dreaming about that.
Wait, we should
I've
create
been
our
dreaming about
own
walls.
audio game show.
Black walls.
Okay.
All around me. Coming in to crush me. And there's just this innocent tiny yellow house, and I have to get to the house before the
What are
walls
you
crush
talking
me.
about?
Is it your dream?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, whenever I have a nightmare,
All right, good
it's
talk.
like black walls.
Wait, when did we
crushing
start
in the
talking
yellow
about your
house.
dream?
It's like this little tiny girl down by the yellow house, and I'm like, save the little tiny yellow house. And so I like get off my bed. I'm like, I gotta save the little tiny yellow house. The walls are crushing in. I can feel it.
Yeah, I say
Yeah.
we should dive
Not
deeper
wake
into
up.
that. What do you think the house represents? No. Okay.
Lane,
But-
tell him your name.
I am Lane.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Lane.
If
Oh,
you
my other
didn't know.
nightmare is like,
Wait, why are we talking
There's
about your
like-
nightmares?
okay, you know Cars?
The show?
No, the movie.
the movie. Which one?
Oh yeah.
All
One,
of
two,
them,
or
just
three?
like all of
Oh,
them. Okay,
oh.
so like there's like construction things which you like drive up / walk up. They're like wooden planks that are like connected.
Okay.
air quote connected. And so you're like, and
Big
there's
on the
like
air
a huge,
quotes.
it's pitch black, and you see like all these, pit stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop.
I forgot
Mhm.
what's his name?
The little blue car.
Yeah.
The forklift.
I'm ashamed of myself. Anyway,
That's
there's like
pretty
a bunch
awkward.
of those like driving around in a frenzy. So I'm in
Yeah.
a frenzy too, and there's like a huge bright light off in the distance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, it's gonna happen any moment. And then like a huge lightning McQueen like boom shows up in the black distance, and it's like no. Yeah, I have the weirdest nightmares.
By the way, his name is Guido.
Guido. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for telling us about your.
how about your
Colton.
nightmares, Kate?
We don't have time.
I don't really have nightmares.
I don't actually either.
Yeah, those are the only two nightmares I've had. It's actually been a while since I had
Yeah.
one of those nightmares. It's kind of nice. But it's like, I always tell myself I'm not going to be like hyperventilating.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what might help that? If the audience rated us, told other people about us, maybe left a comment. What's your awkwardest moment? I think that would really just
Yeah.
kind of calm
Yeah, and we could
Colton down.
actually read some of our favorites
Yeah.
Mhm.
if they're good.
If you don't mind being shared on the podcast, we will read them.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wrap.
Hear you next time. Goodbye.
Peace out.